Hey everybody, and welcome to my first video of Metroid Month, the month I'll be taking to talk about a new Metroid related video or game every weekend in the month of August. Now if you're a subscriber and wondering what the heck is going on here, since I normally make videos about Pokemon, there's a video to that and you can find it right here. Hopefully. Anyway, today I'll be talking about the Metroid series as a whole, and I quote from the title, Why Metroid Worked. The title's below the video if you can read. And without bothering you any longer, here's the video. Now the Metroid series is one that I hold very near and dear to my heart, so much so that I'm taking a whole month to talk about the darn games. Now, why do I like Metroid so much? Because it's great. Yeah. Although many people are unfamiliar with the Metroid series, aside from Samus appearing in Super Smash Bros. Games, Metroid is really good. The highest grossing game, Metroid Prime, sold 2.82 million copies, making it one of Nintendo's most successful games. But since then, Metroid really hasn't had a standout title, leaving many new gamers unfamiliar with what Metroid actually is. Compared to series like Mario and Zelda, Metroid lacks this title everyone has played, like Ocarina of Time or, well, practically all the Mario games. Because of this, many people are unfamiliar with our intergalactic bounty hunter Samus Aran, so today I'll be introducing Metroid to you as a series and what it did right. A lot. The original Metroid was a 2D side-scrolling action-adventure game first released for the Famicom as a disc add-on in Japan. Being on this newer technology, it led to modest sales in Japan, but luckily its localized version for the NES and regions outside Japan was sold on the standard cartridge form, resulting in many Westerners falling in love with our bounty hunter friend here. The game, set on planet This planet follows bounty hunter Samus Aran as she attempts to thwart the evil space pirate Mother Brain and her evil plans, as well as killing any Metroids, the jellyfish-like creatures that the game is named after, that get in her way. The importance, however, is not in the story but the mechanics and design of the game. Metroid learned a lot from two very popular Nintendo games that came before it, Super Mario Bros. And The Legend of Zelda. See, Metroid took the best aspects of both games and tried to combine them into one. It was a 2D side-scroller like the infamous Mario, allowing for fun platforming, but included open adventure aspects like in The Legend of Zelda. Like Mario, you could jump and run onto platforms, showing off your controller handling skills, but like in The Legend of Zelda, Metroid was open and free for exploration. Metroid took the aspects that both did best and combined them into one fantastic yet challenging game. The concept was also more mature than most games squeaky clean Nintendo had released up to that point. With a creepy and empty atmosphere paired with one of the best scores in gaming history, Metroid was different, it was dark, and most importantly, it was cool. You were given little instruction, no guidance, and all you knew was that you were a bounty hunter on a mission to take down pirates. In space. And it worked. Gamers fell in love, and 2.7, at the time a staggering number relative to game sales, copies were sold. But Metroid didn't just do things for itself, it also helped bring to life a new type of gaming, speedrunning. Metroid was so free and open, but also took into account the time for completing the game. This set the stage for what we now call speedrunning. Veteran players rushed through the game, skipping certain power-ups they knew they could do without, and fighting only when necessary to get lower and lower times. If you knew enough, you could complete the game in one sitting, and players tested their skills racing each other and the clock. Metroid is a big reason why speedrunning came to be, and can be linked to all these wonderful streams and competitions dedicated to completing games as fast as possible that many have come to enjoy. But speedrunning links us to our next point. Metroid was progressive. Metroid was, and still is, one of the few games to feature a female protagonist. and a strong one may I add. If you completed the game fast enough, you would find Samus, the theorized robot, cyborg, or hypermasculine space warrior, was none other than a girl. It was a fun Easter egg that supposedly was only added in the last second as a joke made by one of the programmers, but that one move led to her being painted into gaming's female royalty. Anyway, I love diversity in games and seeing strong women represent franchises. One thing the video game market lacks is diversity, but Samus was at the start of change, and this deserves to be looked at in the retrospective of why Metroid was revolutionary. But since I have to make 4 of these things in 1 month, I'll keep it short and just say Metroid worked on many levels and is a series I hold very deep respect for when it comes to gaming, and especially Nintendo. Anyway, I know this is a change of pace from my usual content, but as a channel looking to expand beyond Pokemon, I thought a short break to talk about one of my favorite series wouldn't be too bad an idea. If you're unfamiliar with the Metroid series though and think you would be interested in this series, I recommend picking up either Metroid Zero Mission or Metroid Fusion for the Game Boy Advance to get started. And if you have an SNES or a Wii U and for some reason don't own Super Metroid, I recommend that as a great starter too. Anyway, I hope you learned something about a series you may not have been interested in before and maybe give it a try. Pokemon content will return in September, and I've written tons of scripts this summer, so I can hopefully stay on a timely schedule during the year, unlike this past year. Anyway, that's it for today, and I'll be back next week with a new Metroid video. I'll see you all next time.